Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Alfie from CZT Angie Gittles. I keep looking for things that are festive, being that this is the month of December, and my theme for December, besides just saying December 2023 tangles, for my daily tangles that I put out, is Festivus Tangleus. And as I'm looking, I'm like, I've seen this one before, and I'm like, you need to keep warm. Well, at least those of us in cooler states need to. So anyway, I wanted to give this one a go, and it's really neat. Okay. This starts out, though, with a double grid line, and I don't know, I had to think about it for a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. Maybe I'll do a little bit smaller grid. We'll see. I'm going to start in the middle because I like to. And so just, start with one line like normal. And I'm going one direction first. Yeah, oops. We'll get a little bit more in here. Then I had on my step out. And I think this is, well, one of the many. Don't worry about it. It's, nothing matters. It's all good. All right, then we'll come the other direction. And then this, of course, crossing over, because that's what we want to do for this one. I didn't give it any thought, but I'm like, oh, okay. I guess we're going to the edge. Over the edge. It's good. Okay. There we have it. Then, next step, fill in these little boxes, or I should say the intersections. And what I think would be fun, actually there's another one, I think it's called, I want to say plaid, but not spelled like we would spell plaid. It might just be P-L-A-D. But it's a rather neat one too, on the same lines as this. On the same lines, but different. I could grab my graphic one, but these are kind of small, and I don't want to go over. All right. And this one, Angie gives us a couple of options on the next step. And I did put that in my version of the step out as well. On my version of the step out, I decided, just because I always like to think there's at least maybe one person that's like me that overthinks things, or just like, oh, okay, or just something like that. Anyway, so on the initial grid, I divided that into two, just because, like I said, because I was like, oh, how am I going to do that? Okay. Or how am I going to think about it? And that's not necessarily how am I going to do it, but it's the thought process behind. And, a lot of that is the reason behind the step outs anyway. So I was like, well, I can figure that out. Yeah, of course you can. But having the steps is really, really, it's an important part of Zentangle. All right. Now, I'm gonna do this way. Oh, okay. I was gonna try and do something a little different as well after this, but this one we're dividing the big boxes essentially into four little boxes. And actually, no, this is okay this way. We're essentially hollowing underneath these. Because I was just thinking, I should go in some kind of order. I just wasn't thinking about it. All right, and then we'll come this direction. And I don't know about that side yet. let's do this. Yeah, going one direction at a time, that's always a great idea. Some days, sometimes, it just doesn't work that way. Well, and then I kind of like to find a full box, not a partial box, to do at least one, and then go on. And there. And then come back and do the little partials. And then on these kind of partials, you just have to decide, well, is that about halfway? Is it less than half? Is it more than halfway? Like these, I could probably safely say, all right, there would be halfway. But maybe not the other way. It'll all work. Okay. Then I'm just going to put a little box in the center around that intersection. Now, another suggestion that Angie has is you can put whatever shape you want in that box. So, of course, feel free to have fun. And because we're filling it in, you could put any shape. We're not going to see that intersection. Well, and it helps if I put them like square on. But you know what? It's all right. Well, no, I don't want to make it too big. But you can always neaten things up. Get them more where you want them. Helps if I just don't go so fast. There we go. This one is a nice one. You can lose yourself in. I know some people that don't like doing tedious steps. Although, I mean, really, Zentangle is about doing a bunch of tedious steps over and over again. That is the idea that gets us to the mindfulness or meditative state. So it's kind of funny. Or it could be like, well, some people don't like filling in a lot, Mom. We have a joke on our sessions if you've not joined us. Sometimes I'll carry those jokes over here because Mom does not like, well, she doesn't mind it so much anymore, but it's still, kind of the joke is Knightsbridge, and she's like, oh, I'd rather do anything but Knightsbridge. But it was because we started with this pen, and, you do a big grid and you're filling in half of, every other one like a checkerboard with this little 001, and yeah, that can kind of make you not like it. All right, so that's it. Okay, next. Oh no, you know what? Let me tell you about the other option. The other option that she gave was to just make, these internal lines here, they could go over the grids. But I'm going to show you that because I want to do one that's a little bit wonky because it turned out so cool. I want to try it here because, same reason, if you want to do it that way, it might be helpful. All right, next step, as I'm starting to do it already, is we're just going to put some very fine diagonal lines in all of these double lines that we started off with. And so this is why I say, there's a lot of these little things that, super repetitive, which is great. Again, if you're using it for a meditation. Or mindfulness practice, whatever you're using it for, or if if you're using it to make things for people or for yourself, then you just get the excellent side benefit of that meditative feeling. All right. So this is gonna take a bit. I think let me think. And then going to turn it, and then of course make sure, I can still do it the same direction. Well, let me mention now about the stuff you will find in the description section. I like to, to put resources there. Primary resource is links to the step outs. So that way, you know, you have them to look at and use. And then also, well, I mean, this is where you're looking at Angie's samples. And I found this on Pinterest, and luckily it's Angie's account on Pinterest. Sometimes I find things and it's not that person's account, and sometimes I want to go and search for extra samples and things like that. I did not, because I don't know if I have to look and see if I have a website, a separate website for her, and if I do, and if look at what I did. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna just keep going the same direction. And we'll see how much it doesn't matter. What? Oh my goodness. I've told you that I'm the one that I prove all the stuff that we talk about in Zentangle. If you can do it, if I can do it, I mean you can do it. And then we'll just see. I don't think it matters. What does matter is going maybe a little bit slower. Okay, and now these, I got to make sure I do these the same direction. I thought I was going the same direction when I turned it to this doing, this way. But I wasn't. And as you can see already, it doesn't matter. What we see is the texture that this creates on these grid lines. Okay. And yeah, that would be it. Okay. Super cool. Okay, and before I do the shading, let's do what I was thinking, because I think it's really neat when you have, like a fabric-ish type of pattern or something in a grid, but I think it's just particularly fun to, I don't know the term, where it's like gradiated, starts smaller and goes bigger. So there's like, dimension. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make it wonky. So I'm going to start off right in the center. Oh, should I? Okay. Yeah. All right. And let's just make it kind of curvy. And then, again, we're doing double lines. It's easier with just a single line. So I wanted to see, could I do this? And actually, I'm trying to make them maybe a smidge fatter as I go. And then, so I'm picturing it like being gathered all up here. So I'm going to put, so my second grid line, like that. And then let's do over here. And then this, I'm not going to turn it. So I like it. I like to see what I'm kind of auraing, but it'll be fine. And then let's go like this. And probably at least a something here. It's going to be wider. Okay. Then we, same thing where we're starting, we're making smaller boxes. So actually, let's start with one here. So we kind of have a starting point. And then this one, and the other thing that kind of helps with this is picturing the boxes. So it's like, okay, here, and then to complete the box is going to be that first line. So if I want that line to be like this, great. And then you're just auraing it essentially. And then this one a little bit wider. Oop, get that out of the way so I don't mark on it. Am I in? I'm good. All right, and then this one a little bit wider. And let's just call this one here. Okay. Same steps. Filling in. And this one, I'll do the alternate thing for the center, as I had mentioned. You know, and the other reason for sharing this is, you know, so many people, I can't draw straight lines. My hand is shaky, and it's all okay. You just have to, whatever you end up doing, do it kind of consistently, and it's fine. And that's why I like to share something like this, is like, because you don't have to do everything, straight and exact. It's much more fun to, kind of find your way and how you want to do it. And then also just to not worry about it. Okay. There we go. Now, that's what step is it then? Essentially Angie's third step, where she has the or, and mine is one after that. So here's what she puts. It's like the or is you can, and that's what makes it easier, I think, on the wonky grid, is I want to find the center-ish, and we're just going all the way across with a single line, and I'm going to go ahead and do all of them. Maybe there. Okay, and then the other direction. And this too, you kind of want to, we're in the center, and you kind of want to keep it in the center, so that way all of the perspective is the same. Oh, look at how neat that's looking. Okay, now, granted, this does make it a little harder. You kind of can get eyeball confused, as I'm like going, woo, look at that. But it's all okay. Let's see. And how about, let's put, because we're going wonky, let's just put a big old orb in these. Because why not? On the partials, just have to decide if there would, well, like right here, I would just do that, like that much of one. You just have to decide what's visible. And then also I'm like going, well, oh no, that's not gonna be one there. I'm just gonna put that little sliver of one, and oh wait. Nope, and that's going across. Nope, right here, though. Maybe. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. All right, good. Now, we'll see if I can get all of the diagonals going in the same direction. And for this, we're just going to go right over those little center lines that we put across. So it gives it a little bit different look. And it works. And I'm thinking of like the plaids that I've seen, and I can picture that, All right. Oh. No, that doesn't go there. Oh well. Well, and if you caught it and were yelling at me on the screen, I'm sorry, I totally wasn't hearing you. No, Heather, don't put it there. Nope, that's not where it goes. Sometimes I'm just in my own zone here. All right, and while I'm doing these lines here, and if you know what, let me point out, when you're doing a bunch of things like this that, where you're not really picking up your pen and you're just constantly working, every once in a while, take a hand break, stretch your fingers, so that way you release the death grip if you happen to have that issue, like I have that issue. It's getting better, but just release that. And while you're doing that, if you're enjoying this, I would love it if you click on the like button. And if you like it enough to see more, I would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. So if you want to go ahead and click that too, that's a good finger break, just well, it depends on what you're using. Well, no, because you would either tap, so it's still a one finger thing. Anyway. And then also in the description section, besides links to the step outs, you can click on my link tree, and that will take you to links to everything else. So link to my website where you can follow my blog. And on my blog, I do a daily tangle. That's what this is going to be. I post recaps from the classes that I teach. You'll also on the website you can click on, there's a link for classes or sessions, because I keep going back and forth with I like to call them sessions, because what I do, I guess, I don't know, I feel like it's not always necessarily a class, even though it's a class. I don't know, it's just me. But so you can find out information about that. I do a lot of free classes, and I do have some that are paid. I also have a membership club. So if you really like it and want to, join in on the fun, and it's a 1 monthly fee for all access, basically. I mean, unless we do, which I think I'll probably get in trouble if we don't do a TangleCon again this year. As far as I know, Mom's counting on doing one. That, like, a live thing would be the only, exception to the all access. It's basically all online access. But you get way more than your money's worth. Okay, now, let me pause. So as I turn this, what I want to do is have these going the same direction. So we'll continue that this way. Okay. Boy, oh boy. So also on that link tree, I do have, because I post classes on other platforms. A Facebook page. So the Facebook page is on there, and I do post classes and lots of things on there. And so you can, follow me there as well. And our amazing Tangle Addicts Facebook community group. So you can join us there for lots of fun and tangling. It's really an amazing community of people that have come together over the last few years, and so much fun. So you'll find those links there. There's some other stuff as well, but I want to say that is probably the most important stuff that I would want to highlight. And got some right here. And as I'm looking, I don't think it makes a difference which way these things are going. All right, okay, I'm going to turn it and then think. Yeah. Something else, as things get smaller, you might consider putting them a little closer together. Or as things get bigger, like this, I could have the lines a little further apart, maybe. Just a tad. Or not. It's up to the pen. Whatever the pen wants to do, the pen can do. But anyway, I just wanted to share that, because I thought it was so neat to be able to do that in a wonky type of grid. Now, I wasn't sure about shading, but I see that Angie, in hers, it looks like she did this, like the insides of the boxes. So we'll give that a try on this one, and we'll see. And this one is, Well, because I did two different things, we went a little bit long, so hopefully you don't mind. Oh, yeah, you know what? I see. Oops, wait, did I not? No. Sheesh. There we go. I was just trying to think, would you want to do... There's not really a lot of room to do anything inside those double lines. And the diagonal lines kind of create... I mean, besides it's a texture, it's, you know, sort of shading, I guess. The only other thought would be, and let me look closer. I can't really tell. You could maybe, you know, take your pencil and go all the way across, instead, like I'm picking my pencil up. You know, where you could go all the way across. So maybe I'll try that on the other one. But, you know, you don't have to shade it at all if you don't want to. It's going to look fine either way. But I always like to throw this in just because I like to shade. Because it's magic. Yeah, and this, yeah. It's just, yeah, it creates some... This one, though. Well. Okay, oops. And last. I'm thinking now, well, you could just go on, you know, a couple sides or something like that, up to you. I'm just going to go and do all of them. And there's still original tile color there in the center, so it can give that kind of poofy look. It's not like I just filled it all in with gray. Yeah, neat. Neat. Oh, here. I do think it's fun, you know, with and without. All right. Yeah. All right. This one I said I am going to try doing it both. Going all just all the way across. The only thing that you really have to pick, oh, you know, and I have another thought. I'm going to stop. I'll maybe just do two sides. Let's see what that looks like. I keep because this is here, and I usually have this here to, you know, so I mind where I'm supposed to be. And no, instead, let me just work in my lap. You know, so it's, oh no, and I was just going to do two sides, so let's try this. So I did that, and let's do this side. I was going to do like top and bottom, but then I'm like, well, I don't know. I think that this might have an interesting effect. Yeah. Okay. And it's so much fun to play. Oh my gosh. All right. Huh. I think I like it. It's just different. I'm going to leave it. and get some of that. I don't like seeing the line of the pencil line. I like to see the graphite, but see, like, right, well, nope, no, I didn't get it. There we go. Sometimes if you have that happen, it depends on the paper you're using. This I shouldn't have so much problem with, but if I'm using like cardstock or something that's smoother, if you get, get a new Tortillion maybe, or if you can hold it on its side so that way the little ridges can grab that graphite, that's helpful. I don't know. I just like it. So I'm leaving it. Done. All right. Again, if you enjoyed this, please click on the like button. And if you like it enough to see more, again, please be a subscriber to the channel. I've already mentioned the description section, so your resources are there. Please click my link tree, which is that should be the last link, for lots of other resources. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.